Hey, this is Alexander Investment Insights. We're going over another video. This is going to be the video with a lot of the other stocks that I'm going to talk about, like Apple, a lot of the main option plays, high volume plays, Tesla, Meta, Amazon, Google, Nvdia, Microsoft, things like that. We're going to go over the cannabis sector, like SNDL. We're going to go over the bank sector, like JP Morgan. And we're going to go over the energy sector, like Enphase Energy and Sunrun, and just talk about some few things like that with interest rates and stuff like that. We are going to go over the crypto sector with stocks like MSTR and Mara and Riot and Hut and stuff like that. And then we're also going to go over the gold sector with Barrock Gold, right? And that's about it. We may go over the airline and cruise sector as well and the oil sector, but let's just hop right into the video and we get things started off. So this is going to be first about the stocks that are heavily weighted in the S&P 500 and major indexes, right? These are high volume stocks, very big companies. We'll start off with Apple. I have a resistance right here at 192 on Apple. I'm actually going to move this resistance up since it did break it today a little bit, so we're going to move that right there and make that 193 resistance now, right? So new resistance on Apple since it did break it. It rejected the resistance and didn't fully break through it. But fully breaking through would have broke through 192 and then left that. This would have been a green candlestick if we fully broke through 192, but we didn't. So it rejected it back to the downside. I'm just going to move this new resistance because it hit this resistance 3 times in the past 5 days, right? So that's clearly our new resistance. And I have a support here at 186. That's our support on Apple. I have another support, long-term support, if we start getting bearish on Apple at 186. So just watch those 3 levels right there, and it's going to give you some clear direction of where it wants to go, up or down, especially with that resistance right there and how it didn't want to fully break that today. We'll go to Tesla. I have a resistance at 181 and support at 170. So that is also stalled out today. It really didn't do much. You see it came down, held support, and then went back up. So that's what I'm looking at Tesla. Again, off that earnings, they called up a lot. Since then, it came down, just been stalled out, slowly going up since May 10th. But really not much price action. Like there's some days where it's been moving a lot, but some days where it's also been moving a lot on the downside. So just watch that. I also have this level down here for leaps if we do eventually come back down here. See, it's been bearish for pretty much 3.5 years now, 4 years. So Tesla's stock is kind of hurting. It might hurt more. So just watch that. It's definitely stuck between these 2 levels right here. But if we break this upside with confidence and we keep going up again like this, I have a target at 220. So my levels on Tesla. Meta, I have resistance at 187, support at 460. Pretty basic. We just want to see which one breaks first. It's been going up since it came down off that earnings. But just watch these support and resistances. Amazon, I have a resistance at 186 and a support at 179. Off that support today, it actually hit that support 36 cents away from my support and then went up. So we want to see if it's going to start reversing right here or if it's going to come back down through this support, right? We're definitely going to watch that support right there on Amazon. Alphabet, this is Google. $172.80 support since we're all-time highs on Google. So just watch that. It hit it perfectly on Thursday and then came back up. Been stalled out back on Friday and then today came up again. So just watch that. I really don't have a resistance on Google since this is all-time highs. We can, like, not a very clear one, but I'll put one right here at 178.30. So that's going to be our resistance on Google right there. So those are your levels on Google. Microsoft also at all-time highs pretty much. I have a support at $424.90. You see on Friday and on Thursday it hit that perfectly. And Friday it hit that perfectly. Did not want to go down through, rejected that, came back to the upside, and then kind of came down again and saw it out throughout the day and went back to the upside again with Microsoft. So no really clear resistance on this one. I do have support at $424.90. The big Nvidia, it's been rising ever since its earnings. Has a lot of upside. It doesn't have, this is all-time highs, but it wants to keep pushing up, right? So all I really have on here on Nvidia is this support here at $1,037. If I use the fib tool here on the video, there's a couple ways that I guess you can play this. One right here. There's like other smaller resistance supports that it could be heading down to once it starts getting bearish, but right now it's all good news on Nvidia. They're having a 10-for-1 stock split, meaning this is gonna, when it does, see, the split is gonna happen on somewhere after June 7th. They're gonna have the 10-for-1 stock split, meaning the price is gonna go down. Say it ended at $1,000 on the day of the split, the price of Nvidia shares would go down to $100, but for every person that owns one share is gonna be offered 10 new shares for $100. So their ownership in the company stays proportional. This is called a preemptive right of the shareholder. And they also they increased their dividends. I'm not exactly how much they increased their dividends, but I'm pretty sure it's substantial. They have that also happening right after the stock split. So just watch that on Nvidia, $1,037 support. Netflix I have support at $625. I might want to raise this on Netflix or put a different support soon. I'm actually going to add another support here. Right now it's going to be $642. So those are our two supports, $642 and $625. And I'm just going to watch that also because this is all-time highs on Netflix. AMD, I have support here at 156. Resistance just got broke today. So we zoom in. Since that resistance is broke, I'm going to take off that now resistance and I'm going to move my support up. Support is now going to be, I'm going to say 167.50 is my new support. So we'll change that. 167.50 is our new support, and we'll add that in there. You see that target of 176.08? That was our target if this resistance gets broke. So I'm gonna leave that target there actually, and I'm just gonna leave that target there, and I'm gonna leave this support here on AMD. So there is, see how it broke out of this resistance here? There's a resistance and it broke it. It actually ended back here today. So I'm actually gonna put this resistance, there we go. That's a good one right here. This resistance right here. So we'll see how AMD reacts off this resistance tomorrow if it wants to break that to the upside and reach our target. Not financial advice. Do not trade anything you see here in the video. This is educational only. Other than that, we'll go on to Coinbase. Coinbase is what I'm looking at in terms of how Bitcoin also reacts to it. I have resistance at $250 and support at $207 right here at target $300. That's what I'm looking at on Coinbase. We go auto fit, then you can see what it's really trying to look for up there. So those are just my levels right now on Coinbase. Take that as you would like. So we'll go down to, let's go through GameStop and AMC, and I'll give you some quick things of what I'm looking. So last night, over the weekend, GameStop, called throughout the after hours. And today they came up more, but they weren't able to hold that momentum to the upside, right? They came back down, and now after hours again is down again. So this is why I have these levels. I have support at $17.60. I have resistance at $27 or $28, and I have another resistance at $35.30. So those are my levels on GameStop. Simple. It's pretty much like a fake out today. Make sure you don't get caught in that, because these stocks aren't meant for people that are getting in late to make their money, right? No, if you wanted to play GameStop, then you have to do some continuation plays, get your profit, get out, or you could have got in on the downside up here and then taken your profit when you should have taken your profit. Is because a lot of people just want to hold these type of stocks. These are not meant for holding if you're doing what I'm trying to teach people, right? We trade between these supports and resistances. So we'll go AMC. AMC, not action at all over the weekend. I mean, We have this support here at $4.35 and the resistance at $5.55. So that's pretty much it on AMC. Nothing else really to talk about on these two retail stocks, but we'll go into the oil sector now. Oil has been coming down recently. I do have support here at $61.25. And then if they break this support, I also have a target on the downside here at $55.50. And if oil comes down here, definitely might be looking to get shares and stuff like that. Of oil, I have this resistance at $66. So pretty quick on oil. Right now they've been coming back down. Just want to see where they could find support, because that's the biggest thing right now, is where is oil going to find support? Is it or is it not, right? That's Oxy. And we go down here with like Petroleo. All these recently have been like following what I think Oxy is going to do. I can look at Oxy and then pretty much see what we got for the whole entire like oil sector, right? So that's pretty much. I might update you more with oil on the next video. I'm trying to make this video a bit more shorter, and I'll give you like some more in-depth analysis of what I see with like all these stocks within the various sectors. We go to Boeing right here. Boeing's held that resistance on Friday. You see it held that resistance, did not break, and then came back up today. But here it is at $170. See, this could just be a normal, we're chasing it back up to the upside and we're like due for more downside. So just be careful on Boeing. This is of course the big company, like they produce most of the jets and airplanes for the United States and I think across the world. So I don't think Boeing is going anywhere super soon. They are down a lot from their high of $435 back in 2019. So yeah, these are the levels I'm looking at Boeing. You see that they sometimes do have very fast runs either to the upside or very fast runs down to the downside. You can see that whenever you zoom out. Very fast run to the upside, very fast run to the downside. And those are what really look juicy when you're playing Boeing and stuff like that. Sometimes you can really, it's like you gotta keep your mind open. You see a news headline. How is this news headline gonna affect this stock? Like Boeing doors went off twice in a day. People are furious with Boeing. Shorts, puts, like, if you know what you're doing and you know if and what news is going to affect what stock, is very beneficial. And it's one aspect of trading, is news and how things affect the market itself, right? So pretty basic on Boeing. Like I said, support held here at $174. Just watch for the support either to keep getting held or to break, okay? And then we'll go to the gold sector really quick. I have support here at $214 on gold sector. I'm talking about Barrock Gold. So Barrock Gold, I have a support at $16.61 and then resistance at $18.17. So just gonna want to see if this could hold here or not. I'm gonna move up this support here to $16.90. Actually, I'm gonna move it to $17. $17 is pretty much my new support on gold. I want to see whether that could hold or if it could at least stall around there. But if it breaks through this with confidence, we might see some downside on oil. But like I said, we also have resistance here at $18.15 and then a target here. See this upside at $19. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at oil. We'll go through JP Morgan. JP Morgan is a good bank. Obviously, when you compare it to like a good bank equity stock, rather if you compare it to something like, Bank of America is good too, but it hasn't basically been doing good as JP Morgan, right? So we go zoom in. I have a support here at $195.85. So watch that support. There is other supports to be found around here, like one here at $191.89. But banks have been doing good recently. Just watch out for what because they kind of tend to move in movements. Like, a few bleeding days and a lot of green days, and then a few bleeding days and a lot of green days. So just watch out for what we're looking for, because it's kind of been stalled out. It's been like giving us some mixed reactions the past few days. So watch this support here at 195. Okay. Great. And then let's move on. We'll go over the energy sectors and kind of looking at these stocks, perhaps, maybe, if interest rates get cut, but there's not a lot of good news on interest rates. Every time you hear about news on interest rates is getting cut, it gets further and further and further in the future. So basically, there's more that I'm looking at than just Enphase Energy and Sunrun. Like Tesla and things like that could definitely run off interest rates being cut. But my resistance here on Sunrun is $13.50, and my support here, I'll actually move my support up. I'll put my support here at $12. So $12 is our new support. Make that pretty clear. $12 support, $13.50 resistance. See, it went up towards that, but then it came back down today. Like it didn't. Like it broke it. I could actually move this resistance. I'll put a new resistance here at $14.75. So $14.75 is our new resistance on Sunrun. Pretty basic. I'm gonna leave that there. Enphase Energy support at $104 and resistance at $136. And if this breaks, then we do have a target at $145. And then on to the cannabis sector. The cannabis sector, remember, it was at very low prices, and then it went off that rescheduling of the government from Schedule 1 to Scheduling 3. So it hit that resistance at $2.80, and then just been coming back down. We have support here at $2.04. So just watch that cannabis sector. We're seeing some retracements back right now, back down to the downside, and we're going to want to see if they could break that or if they're going to hold more support in this area. What they could do since this news just came out in the long run. And like Cron, I'm also looking at Cron. I have a resistance here at $3.13 and a support here at $2.57. So just watch for those. See if they want to break those supports or resistances or not. And then quickly go through some crypto stocks like MSTR. I have a support here at $1,465. And I have okay, so I'll put a resistance here also. Put a resistance at $1,700, and then I got a target here at $18,000. But other than that, I'm actually going to keep this video short, so I'll put the other stocks in another video probably tomorrow. But other than that, have a good rest of your day. And follow me on Instagram, Alexander's Investment Insights. Make sure you subscribe and like this video, leave a comment, and have a good rest of your day.